Hello and welcome back to Elevate classes. We'll continue with our theme of logic gates, and today we are going to do basic logic gates. Okay, so as I told you in the previous video, there are three classification of logic gates, three kinds of logic gates. The first one is called the basic logic gates, and this has three logic gates in it, that is NOT, AND and OR. Let's look at them in order. The first one is something called as a NOT gate. The first gate is something called as a NOT gate. This is also known as an inverter. Basically, it is inverting something, inverting your input value, inverting your signal, something like that. Okay, what is the symbol of this NOT gate? See, again, as I told you in the previous video, that we don't know what a logic gate is made of as of now. Okay, just to give you a small clue, these days we'll use ICs. What the ICs use inside, we don't know. Again, integrated chips, ICs, are basically, you can call them as black boxes. So you have an IC, you have a NOT gate IC. What is inside, we don't know. But how do we represent it on paper, or how is it represented in a textbook? So you'll have a symbol like this. There's a triangle and a bubble with it. So this is the basic symbol of a NOT gate. Sometimes the bubble can also be before the triangle. It still is a NOT gate. Sometimes there's only a bubble. A bubble in digital electronics always indicates a NOT. Always indicates a NOT operation. So remember, any of these three things, you're talking about a NOT gate. Basically, what is Y then? Mathematically, we represent this NOT gate with a bar. NOT gate with a bar. So we can say if the input is A, your output is going to be, let me use another color, your output is going to be A bar. Same thing here. Input was A, output was A bar. Input was A, output was A bar. So we can say Y is equal to A bar. But hey, isn't this something that we did in Boolean algebra? Yes, the Boolean function NOT and the NOT gate are basically the same thing. So this is the same operation again. Now, we need to study something called as a truth table. What is a truth table? Basically, a truth table is, you list all the possible inputs. जितने भी inputs एक circuit के हो सकते हैं, you list them one by one and you find the corresponding output. If this particular input, what is the output? This particular input, what is the output? And this is an exhaustive list. That is called a truth table. Now, usually, if there are n inputs, for n inputs, you will have 2 raised to n entries in the truth table, or 2 raised to n possible combinations. Right? So how many input do you have to a NOT gate? NOT gate is a one input, one output gate. It has only one input. So 2 raised to 1, it will have only 2 combinations. That's why I have written only 2 combinations here. One is 0, one is 1. So what will be the truth table? If the input is A, output is supposed to be A bar. So for 0, you will get 1. For 1, you will get 0. Right? Now, where do we use this NOT gate? Like, iska kya matlab hua ki kuch you give 0, you get 1, you get 1, you get 0. See, the most simple example that I can give you is of a seat belt. These days, a lot of new cars come with a seat belt alarm. Right? So if the seat belt is not on, है ना, आपने seat belt नहीं लगाया, so seat belt is open. I have not put the seat belt on. The alarm is ringing. There is a beep that is constantly going. So basically, that's a NOT gate. Seat belt is off, alarm is on. Seat belt is off, alarm is on. Same thing. If I put the seat belt, now I've done the seat belt. Seat belt is on, alarm is off. That's a real life example of a NOT gate. Okay. So there'll be multiple digital scenarios where we use a NOT gate. Okay. This was the first gate that we needed to learn. That was a NOT gate. Okay. Now, what if we have some kind of timing diagrams? In digital electronics, we have some kind of timing diagrams. Basically, what is a timing diagram? It just gives you the value of the inputs with respect to some time. So this is time t is equal to 0. इस time से values कैसे fluctuate हुए? How do the values fluctuate from this time onwards? So I've just included a timing diagram for the first 3 gates just so that you get used to it. Okay? So we are trying to pack as much as we can in this short videos so that you can cover a lot of your syllabus just by the help of this playlist. Okay. So I have a reference line plotted. This is time t is equal to 0. There is some time scale going on. and this is a waveform. This is a waveform. Okay, this is a square, kind of a squarish waveform, rectangular waveform, which has only two possible states. One is 0, one is 1. Okay, so all these, this value is 0, this value is 1, this is 0, this is 0 again, this is 1, 1, 1, this is 0, so on and so forth. I think you get the picture. This is the input. This y is, A is the input. I want to find out what will happen to A bar. What will happen to A bar? So A bar will work something like this. Before t, what happens, I don't know. I'll just draw a line, or even if I don't draw a line, that's fine. What happens at t is equal to 0 is important. At t is equal to 0, this input is 0, so my output will be 1, right? I'm using a NOT gate. Next, the input is 1. If the input is 1, what should be the output? The output should be 0. The output should be 0. So this is some kind of a output that I'm going to get. Again, I have two zeros, so for some time I should have 1 in the output. Okay, then I have three pulses are high, so my output should be low for 3 pulses. Output will be low for 3 pulses, and finally it again goes to, input goes to 0, output goes to high. So can you see there is some kind of inversion happening? These two things are exactly opposite to each other. These two things are exactly opposite to each other. That is why it's also called as an inverter. That is why it is also called as an inverter. Okay, so this is all that we need to know about NOT gate in order to start solving problems. That's all that we will need with a NOT gate. Now let's move on to the another gate, which is called an AND gate. Let's turn to something called as an AND gate. As I told you, this is going to be this will correspond to your Boolean multiplication. What was your Boolean multiplication? If you remember, Boolean multiplication was you had A dot B. So the exact thing is going to happen in an AND gate. The very thing is going to happen in an AND gate. So let's see how this works. Let's see how this works, right? So first of all, the symbol. The symbol, I think you must know from your school level. If not, this is the symbol. You have two inputs. AND gate onwards, we'll have all 2 input gates, minimum 2 inputs. You have A and B as your inputs. Then there is this D kind of a shape, which is your AND gate, and you have an output Y. Mathematically, this AND gate is represented by a dot. So I can say that Y is equal to A dot B. So if my inputs were A and B, I can say my output will be A dot B. My output will be A dot B, right? Now again, I need to have the truth table, right? I need to find out the truth table. So let's try and do that. How many entries will I have now? I will have 4 entries. Why? 2 gates, right? 2 inputs, not 2 gates, sorry, 2 inputs. 2 raised to 2 is 4 possible combinations. So I have 4 possible combinations. 0 and 0, 0 and 1, 1 and 0, 1 and 1. So these are my 4 combinations that I have. Now what is Y is equal to A dot B? Y is equal to A dot B. Y is equal to A dot B is going to be, if there is a single 0, your answer is going to be 0. We already did this in Boolean algebra. We have already done this in Boolean algebra. And 1 into 1 or 1 dot 1 is going to be 1. So I better highlight this in a different color so that this jumps out at you and you remember that this is the only unique output of an AND gate. This is the unique output of an AND gate. Okay. So if you want to summarize the truth table, how will you be able to remember the truth table in one line? Is there anything that, that will help you to remember it? So first thing you can say is, if any one input is 0, output is going to be 0. A single input, okay? If any one input is equal to 0, then your output is going to be 0. Okay? Do you remember this was called the dominance law? This was called the dominance law. A dot 0 is equal to 0. Any one input is 0, output is 0. See? 0.00, 0, 1.00. So anything into 0 is going to be 0. Okay? And secondly, if you try and remember it in the unique output way, how can you remember it? Only if both inputs are 1. If both inputs are equal to 1, only then your output will be equal to 1. Only then your output will be equal to 1. In only that particular state, you can see that your output will go to 1, not otherwise. Okay. So these two are quite simple ways to remember the truth table in brief. If you want to just remember the truth table, these are some easy ways to remember. Okay. And why do we need the truth table? Because we'll be applying it multiple times. Multiple times during the problem, you will require this. So it is good to remember this in a simple way as well. Okay, so you can choose your part either through the special input or through the dominating input. What is the dominating input? Any one input is 0, your answer is going to be 0. What is the special input? Both inputs are 1. Sorry, what is the unique output? Both inputs are 1. Then only you'll get your output as 1. Okay. Is there a real life example of an AND gate? Yes. Most of our security systems, like if you log into a website, mostly they ask you for your username and your password. You match both the things are correct, then you can log in, not otherwise. You want to sign into your Gmail account, put your email ID, put your password, both the things are true, this and this is true, you get an entry. You are doing a transaction, you put your password, then you enter an OTP, both things should match. पासवर्ड भी सही है, OTP भी सही है, तभी आप आगे जा सकते हो. So this is very very useful in security systems. AND gate is something that is very widely used in security systems. Okay. Now once again I want to get you used to this timing diagrams. Okay, ये timing diagram से आपको मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप comfortable हो जाओ. You get comfortable with the timing diagrams. So now what do these timing diagrams look like? Okay, and basically how are these timing diagrams going to work? So I think the visibility will, I need to just pull this a bit inside. Yeah, I think now you can see the whole thing, right? Correct. So now if you see this timing diagram, I have just plotted two waveforms. One is A, one is B. I need to plot the output. Y is equal to A dot B. Okay, let's do it using the dominance law. Let's do it using the dominance law first. Is there a 0 anywhere? Is A 0 or B 0 anywhere? I know my output is going to be 0. So see, this is 0, this is 0, my output is 0. Okay, then I see a 0 over here, my output is still 0. Okay, then I see a 0 over here, my output is still going to be 0 till here. Then I see two ones, here my output will be 1 and again it will become 0. This is using the dominance law. Or other way to solve this would be, the other way to solve this is simply, where do I see two ones? See, this is 1, but I don't see a 1 over here. This is 1, I don't see a 1 over here. This is 1, this is 0. The only place I see two ones. Okay, I'll write it down. This is 0, 0. This is 1. This is 1, 1, 1. This is 0, 0, 1. This is 1, this is 0. This is 0, this is 0, right? Where do you see two ones overlapping? The only place I see two ones overlapping is somewhere over here, right? They are only overlapping in these areas. Only here I can see two ones overlapping. So immediately I can draw my output as, here my output will be high. Here my output will be high. What about the other case? Every other case the output has to be 0. Every other case the output will be low. That is, it will be 0. So this is how my output is going to look like. This is the output of an AND gate. So I hope you've understood what an AND gate is and how it works, right? Now let's move on to the next kind of gate, which is an OR gate. Let's move on and see the next gate, which is an OR gate. Now this will correspond to the OR Boolean operation. So the symbol is slightly different. There's slightly this kind of a symbol which signifies an OR gate. And mathematically, it is represented by a plus sign. Okay, mathematically, this OR gate is going to be represented by a plus sign. Okay, so if I have two things A and B, I can write A plus B. So here also I can write Y is equal to A plus B. Again, let me do the truth table. I already know the truth table because we have done Boolean algebra before. So we know that 0 plus 0 is 0, 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 1. So again, if I define this truth table in terms of a unique output, I can take 0 is the unique output, right? This becomes a unique output. Okay, so if I want to remember the truth table in terms of a unique output, how will I remember it? If both inputs are 0, then I can say that my output is going to be equal to 0. This is the unique output of a truth table of the OR gate. But if I choose to use the dominance law, then what can I say? I can say that if any one input is 1, if any one input happens to be 1, in that case, my output will 100% be 1. My output will 100% be 1. You remember the dominance law here? 1 plus A, 1 plus anything is equal to 1. That is what you see in the truth table. So again, whichever way you remember, you will see that this truth table can be remembered in two forms, either in the form of a dominance law or in the form of a unique output. The choice is yours. How you choose to remember it. Now, is there a real life example of an OR gate? Yes. Again, coming back to the car example. In a car, you know that there is an alarm, or your light remains on if all the doors are not locked, or there will be an alarm that will go off if all the doors are not locked. So what happens is, if one of your gates is not locked, one of your doors is not locked, you still have an alarm. If one is not locked, the other is not locked, the other is not locked. So now you have an OR gate. Your alarm will buzz even if one of the gates is open. One door open, alarm is on. 2 doors open, alarm is on. 3 doors open, alarms is on. 4 doors open, alarm is on. And in some cars, even if your boot is open, okay, the boot behind is open, your trunk is open, even then you will have the alarm on. So you have an OR gate in these kind of scenarios, right? So I hope you've understood what is an OR gate. Let's again try and do this by a timing diagram. What is the unique output? If I have two zeros, do I see 2 zeros anywhere? I think I see 2 zeros over here, 0 and 0. Next, I see 2 zeros over here, 0 and 0. So only in this case, my output has to be 0. So here I'll have my output as 0, right? And here I'll have my output as 0. Only in these two cases. Everywhere else, my output has to be 1. But how do we know? We have not checked it. We are right because we have used the unique output. Okay, let's try it by the dominance law. This was 1. Okay, this was 1. So I got 1. This was 1. I got 1. This is 1. I get 1. This is 1. I get 1. This is 1. I get 1. So any one input is 1. My output is 1. So I have tried to give you a balanced kind of picture of an OR gate using a truth table, summarizing the truth table, giving you a timing diagram. Whichever way you choose to remember this, but we have to remember these 3 logic gates, the 3 operations, and the 3 truth tables. That will help us to solve a variety of problems. Okay, so thank you for watching. Once again, if there are any comments, feel free to write it in the comments below. And in the next video, we look at the universal logic gates, right? Thank you.